President Trump's visit to Saudi Arabia in May 2025 sent shockwaves through the geopolitical landscape. This visit was not just a routine diplomatic engagement, it was a meticulously planned event aimed at reshaping the dynamics between the two nations. The arrival of President Trump was marked by grand ceremonies and a warm welcome from the Saudi Arabian delegation, signaling the importance of this visit to both parties. He announced a landmark $600 billion investment deal with the kingdom. This deal encompasses various sectors including energy, infrastructure and technology, aiming to bolster economic ties and create new opportunities for both American and Saudi businesses. The signing of these documents was a historic moment, reflecting a mutual commitment to a prosperous future. This deal is part of a potential $1 trillion package, signaling a new era of economic and strategic cooperation between the two nations. The discussions during the meetings were focused on long-term goals, including sustainable development and innovation. Business leaders from both countries expressed optimism about the potential for growth and collaboration. Trump's visit also included a controversial decision, the lifting of U.S. sanctions on Syria. This move was seen as a significant shift in U.S. foreign policy, aiming to stabilize the region and open new avenues for diplomatic engagement. The decision was met with mixed reactions, with some viewing it as a necessary step towards peace, while others criticized it for potentially empowering the Syrian regime. This move, coupled with the massive investment deal, raises questions about the future of U.S. involvement in the Middle East. Analysts are debating the long-term implications of these decisions, considering the complex political landscape of the region. The lifting of sanctions on Syria in particular has sparked discussions about the balance of power and the role of the U.S. in promoting stability. This visit marked a stark departure from the often strained relations of the past. Historically, U.S.-Saudi relations have been characterized by periods of tension and cooperation. This new approach by the Trump administration indicates a willingness to prioritize economic and strategic interests over previous concerns. The formal events and meetings during the visit highlighted a renewed sense of partnership and mutual respect. Trump's predecessor had taken a more critical stance on Saudi Arabia's human rights record. The Obama administration had frequently raised concerns about human rights violations and had imposed certain restrictions on arms sales to the kingdom. This critical approach had led to a cooling of relations between the two countries, with human rights activists praising the stance, while others argued it hindered strategic cooperation. The new administration seems to be prioritizing economic and strategic interests, potentially signaling a shift in U.S. foreign policy. By focusing on large-scale investment deals and lifting sanctions, the Trump administration is aiming to strengthen alliances and create new economic opportunities. This approach has been seen as a pragmatic move to enhance U.S. influence in the region, though it has also raised ethical questions. The visit has been met with mixed reactions, with some praising its economic potential and others expressing concern over its ethical implications. Public opinion is divided, with supporters highlighting the benefits of increased economic cooperation, and critics warning about the potential consequences of overlooking human rights issues. As the world watches closely, the true impact of this visit on U.S.-Saudi relations and the broader Middle East remains to be seen. The $600 billion investment deal between Saudi Arabia and the United States is a landmark agreement that spans several key sectors of the Saudi economy. This deal is not just about the exchange of money, it represents a strategic partnership aimed at fostering economic growth and stability in both nations. The sectors targeted by this investment are diverse and critical to the future development of Saudi Arabia. From energy to defense and beyond, this deal is set to transform the economic landscape of the region. Energy, a cornerstone of Saudi Arabia's wealth, features prominently in this agreement. The country has long been known for its vast oil reserves, which have been a major source of its economic power. However, this deal also focuses on the future of energy, including renewable sources and advanced technologies. The deal includes significant investments in U.S. energy infrastructure and technology. This not only strengthens the energy sector in the United States, but also ensures a steady flow of energy resources between the two nations. The collaboration aims to enhance energy security and promote sustainable practices. This signifies Saudi Arabia's desire to diversify its own energy sector and solidify its position as a global energy leader. By investing in renewable energy sources like solar and wind, Saudi Arabia is taking steps to reduce its dependence on oil and embrace a more sustainable future. Defense is another crucial aspect of the deal. The agreement includes substantial investments in military technology and equipment, which will enhance the defense capabilities of both nations. This collaboration is vital for maintaining regional stability and security. Saudi Arabia has long been a major purchaser of U.S. military equipment. This new agreement deepens that relationship with significant investments in American defense companies. The partnership aims to modernize Saudi Arabia's military forces and ensure they are equipped with the latest technology. This new agreement deepens that relationship with significant investments in American defense companies. The collaboration will also create jobs and stimulate economic growth in the defense sector in both countries. Beyond energy and defense, the investment package also targets mining, infrastructure development, and technology. These sectors are crucial for the long-term economic growth and diversification of Saudi Arabia. By investing in these areas, the country aims to build a more resilient and diversified economy. This broad scope highlights the ambition of the agreement and its potential to reshape the economic ties between the two countries. The partnership is not just about financial investment, it is about building a future where both nations can thrive together. The deal represents a commitment to mutual growth, innovation, and prosperity. The Trump administration's decision to lift sanctions on Syria marks a significant turning point. The U.S. had imposed sanctions on Syria for decades, citing human rights abuses and support for terrorism. The recent ousting of President Assad and the installation of a transitional government led by Ahmed al-Sharaa paved the way for this change. The lifting of sanctions opens the door for renewed diplomatic and economic engagement with Syria. It also reflects a potential shift in U.S. policy towards the war-torn nation. Critics argue that the move is premature and could embolden the remaining elements of the Assad regime. Supporters, however, see it as a necessary step towards stabilizing Syria and countering Iranian influence in the region. Section 4. Arming the Kingdom, a record-breaking defense deal. A significant portion of the $600 billion Saudi investment is dedicated to a historic arms deal. Valued at $142 billion, it represents the largest arms deal in U.S. history. The deal encompasses a wide array of military equipment, including advanced fighter jets, missile defense systems, and cybersecurity technology. This massive arms sale has drawn criticism from human rights groups. They argue that it could further escalate regional tensions and fuel the ongoing conflict in Yemen. The Trump administration defends the deal as essential to bolstering Saudi Arabia's defense capabilities and countering Iranian aggression in the region. Section 5. Navigating a complex region, diplomacy in the Gulf. The Gulf region, known for its strategic importance and vast energy resources, has always been a focal point of international diplomacy. The intricate web of alliances, economic interests, and geopolitical tensions makes it a region of both opportunity and challenge for global leaders. President Trump's visit to Saudi Arabia was the first leg of a broader Gulf tour. This visit marked a significant moment in U.S.-Saudi relations, as it was aimed at reinforcing the long-standing partnership between the two nations. The discussions held during this visit were crucial in addressing mutual concerns, including security cooperation and economic collaboration. The trip also included stops in Qatar and the United Arab Emirates, key U.S. allies in the region. In Qatar, Trump engaged in high-level talks focusing on military cooperation and counter-terrorism efforts. Qatar hosts the largest U.S. military base in the Middle East, making it a pivotal partner in regional security. In the UAE, discussions centered around economic investments and technological collaborations, highlighting the UAE's role as a hub of innovation and trade. The UAE has pledged a staggering $1.4 trillion investment in the U.S. over the next decade, further underscoring the growing economic ties between the U.S. and the Gulf states. This investment is expected to create thousands of jobs and foster technological advancements, benefiting both nations. The UAE's commitment reflects its strategic vision to diversify its economy and strengthen international partnerships. Trump's visit aimed to strengthen alliances and address several pressing regional issues. The meetings with Gulf Cooperation Council (GCCC) leaders were pivotal in discussing collective security measures, economic cooperation, and regional stability. These discussions were essential in formulating a unified approach to the challenges facing the Gulf region. The ongoing conflict in Yemen, the Iranian nuclear program, and the broader implications of Iran's regional activities were high on the agenda. The conflict in Yemen has led to a humanitarian crisis, and the U.S., along with its Gulf allies, has been seeking ways to bring about a peaceful resolution. The Iranian nuclear program remains a contentious issue with concerns over nuclear proliferation and regional security. The Arab-Israeli peace process was another critical topic of discussion. Efforts to achieve lasting peace in the Middle East have been ongoing for decades, and the U.S. has played a significant role in facilitating dialogue between the parties involved. The peace process aims to address long-standing issues and promote stability in the region. Trump also expressed his desire for Saudi Arabia to join the Abraham Accords, a series of normalization agreements between Israel and several Arab states. The Abraham Accords represent a historic shift in Middle Eastern diplomacy, fostering cooperation and understanding between former adversaries. Saudi Arabia's potential inclusion in these accords could further transform the geopolitical landscape of the region, paving the way for new alliances and economic opportunities. Section 6. American Business in the Desert, a New Frontier? President Trump was accompanied by a delegation of prominent American business leaders on his trip to Saudi Arabia. This high-profile group included tech titans like Elon Musk and Sam Altman, as well as finance heavyweights like Larry Fink and Steven Schwarzman. Their presence underscores the significant economic opportunities that the Saudi investment deal represents for American businesses. Companies like Tesla, Nvidia, and BlackRock are already making inroads into the Saudi market, securing lucrative deals in sectors ranging from artificial intelligence to infrastructure development.